every now and then you're in a comic book store and you're looking through the dollar bins and you find something interesting. That's what happened to me with this issue. I imagine this isn't something that's very common or familiar. If you have by chance seen this or possibly even read this, do comment and share that you've enjoyed this or what you think of it. But this is an example of just taking a random chance and reading something different. I certainly was not familiar with this. I came across this, and sure enough, it was kind of an interesting comic book to pick up and read. Published by Quality Comics in 1987. There had been a change of publisher midstream. This ran for approximately 15 issues under the title Spellbinders. And it is connected to a Titan Press, which is, I'm not sure if that's the same Titan Press that's around today, publishing titles like Conan that you may have seen, but this was the full set of titles that they were publishing at the time in 1987. Here's the issue we have, Spellbinders number 10, but they apparently were also had ownership of the Judge Dredd character. And so the art on this comic, they have actually two stories in here. The first story was scripted by Pat Mills, and the pencils were by Brian Talbot and he apparently inked and maybe colored it as well. Steve Potter has the credit for lettering. So this was an ongoing story. This character Nemesis, and they apparently can time travel, so turns out this is kind of even though there's a sword here, there's something that looks like an automatic weapon. This was I would say a science fiction genre, and they can time travel, and the story opens, they're at the end of time. They're at the end of our solar system's time. They're on Earth several billion years from now. The sun is a red giant, and as the story opens and there's some discussion and the dialogue, you learn that this Red Sea is actually the remains of humanity, which several million years prior decided to merge. They developed a way to separate their protoplasm and retain their spirit in some kind of peaceful nirvana state as protoplasm in this red ocean of life. They kind of merged into this ectoplasm, as they've used the word here. So the cast of characters is discovering this, and these creatures emerge. It turns out that, as they explain, that they had to develop these suits to protect themselves from an earlier attack, and they're pacifists, and they're trying to get him to drink from this chalice that will apparently turn them into protoplasm, and that's what they're kind of showing here. When they shoot and shoot through the protective suits, the creatures are just a bunch of protoplasm that falls apart. Now, here they're showing how they're further explaining. So as it evolves, they show that. They have a little poster in the middle here, a pinup poster. So, an interesting story, kind of, one shot, and then it ends here, and there's a second story where it's set kind of at the end of World War II, and there's some Romanian vampire soldiers that they switched sides from Germany to the Soviets, and these German soldiers are trying to survive, running for their life from these Romanian vampires. Well, this was a rather random comic book, and definitely something different. As you can see, the format is kind of the same, what you're familiar with, but don't be shy if you see something interesting. It probably is, and why not? For $1, it was well worth the entertainment. This has been an episode of Good Reads with Jeff of Magnitude 10 Comics. As always, appreciate your like and subscription to this channel. It helps me to get this out to my fan base. And thank you for joining us. Don't forget to register to win, and we'll see you on the next episode of Good Reads.